finally time to hook Chanel up with a little bit of audio tunes. So we're finally just going to put in some Bluetooth wireless marine speakers, see if they work out. I haven't heard anything about these, never heard of anybody using them, just tried it out because they're strictly Bluetooth. So I don't need a radio or any receiver or anything. It's literally just the speakers. Plug them in, power, ground, hook them up to your phone, go. So we'll see how well they work. Overall, I'm praying they work really well. But once we get them in the door and everything, we'll try it out. We have some foam, so we'll put behind just to seal it and make sure it all sits well, because I know these speakers are a little bit bigger than the door panel themselves. So let's get. So I opened the box. I was looking around, playing around with it. So just to give you guys a visual, it's a 600 watt amp, or 600 watt amp, 600 watts capable speaker, 6.5 inch. Two-way Bluetooth. Pretty much you can hook it up to a regular radio if you want to, but I just do power and ground. I tested it with a little mobile battery. And then hooked it up to my phone and it worked pretty well. It sounds pretty low because it's outside the car, but I'm hoping once it's in the car, it'll sound a little bit better behind the doors and everything. Really wasn't planning to go with speakers, but mainly because I was gonna, put these on. But yeah, we're gonna try them out, see if they work well. So let's get. Okay, so we pretty much are just gonna put it in the door, see if it fits up all the way. For all you other people, hit me up, just so you guys are also aware. Pretty much just fish it through, because this car came with 0 wiring. So we'll fish it through here, pop out. There's gonna be an opening further down within there that I can feed it all the way through. And then we'll pretty much just go underneath the dash up to where the radio harness is, and then hook it up to that. So that way we'll do both speakers, so it'll be nice and easy. Put the phone behind to hopefully space it out, because I think when I was playing with this before, you can see the back of this. Actually, yeah, doesn't actually have any clearance issues at all. Fantastic. So we'll pretty much just need to put the phone there to give us a little extra clearance up, so it'll be even, and yeah, drill some holes. Let's get into it. And then pretty much on the side, if you still have these in your car, you can either pop them off and slide it through, probably the easiest way. But when you have the one that's right here, you just got to fish it through. So good luck. All right, we got our temporary screws in place. We got our sound deadening stuff on the back, just a little bit of foam, just to give it a little cushion and space it off of this a little bit more. Then we'll just drill it through, add some new holes to the mixture, and go from there. Got one side all the way in. Looking good, looking good. So rinse and repeat on this side, getting everything together, holding it in, and then we will basically just repurpose 2 of these holes if we can, and then drill our last 2. So let's get. Now we have both sides in all the way on both ends. So now we just need to run the wire underneath, hook it up to the normal radio power wire, and then we should have some tunes. All right, officially we got both speakers in on both sides, all the way through. Those are nice and mounted, not going anywhere. And then we have our power wire coming from our radio. This is just an extended wire, so ignore the coloring. And then our ground. So we have both those hooked up. Just need to wrap it up, put it back in. But otherwise, let's turn it on real quick. The red is basically telling me that it is connected. The blue means that they're paired together. So now we should have music. This is as low as it can go, which I'm not trying to have it loud because the little ones sleep, but they're working. Let's act like we're in the car real quick. Sounds like you're in a car with 2 speakers, which is good. So tomorrow we'll listen to it at a higher volume so we can actually hear the bass and everything, just to make sure it works like it's supposed to. But well. It kind of sounds like there's an echo at all times, so maybe that's a downside, but maybe we won't hear it as bad while we're driving. We'll see. Now let's put all this back together, shall we? And just like that, we're back to normal again. But now we have speakers, which is the most important thing. So probably need to rotate this a little bit, make sure that that is straight where it needs to be. But otherwise, I mean, it all seems to work pretty well. So very happy about that. Does sound like you're in two different rooms or two different parts of the house is what it feels like. And you're kind of hearing that echo right next to each other, but we'll see, because you can't really fade in and out on one side or the other. This, I think the left side is the primary. Could be wrong. Gotta read the directions again, but yeah, and they're mounted the same way. The pile's a little back, so yeah, we're good. I'm just rambling right now. I'm just happy it all works. All right, so we got some door cards for Chanel. Because obviously I have the speakers now. I did not intend to get speakers. That was not the game plan, but it ended up happening. So now that I have them, I need to cut some holes for this. So these are the Hall Roadster door parts. So they're pretty much ready to go. I just need to put the top covers on, but obviously the top covers are always broken on, the other side. So we had to repair those, which I'll tell you about in a bit. But for now, just pretty much I'm using this car as a template, because I obviously have doors and there's speakers in it, so we can kind of use that as a base. Try to just find some center points. Didn't really work very well because there's really no center points. The mounting position of those and the mounting position of these are a little different, I think. It seems like we're using different holes here. Anyways, so the way that I went about doing it is just ended up, putting it up by hand and then essentially trying to find a center line using a little paint. Put a little paint back there, drilled a hole, guessed essentially, and got pretty close. So I just drilled a basic hole just to not, blow everything out. And then we were only off by, mere centimeters, half an inch, whatever. But either way, yeah, so now we're ready to go. So now we're just gonna use the template that came with the speakers. That will be a perfect cutout for that. And we're just gonna draw this out so we have everything ready to go. Probably do this on the backside so you don't see all the paint marks and all that stuff. But yeah, gonna do the same thing for the other one. Put it in the same place and drill through, and should be good. Then we can throw those on. Should have door cards and Chanel. Bob's your uncle. And boom, pretty much just put it on top, drilled the hole all the way through, and cool, same side, same side. So now we should be golden, with that being the center line for both. We will trace our lines out, cut them out, and then probably Dremel the rest of the edges. Make sure it's perfect, and test fit a billion times till it's exactly fit. Here to also hold things into place. So you have, something you need to trace out real quick. Have your hole through this, screwdriver through that, poke your hole all the way through, and boom. Now you can just hold the whole thing. And so it's not going anywhere. And trace everything out. Makes it a lot easier. Boom. All right, now we just got to cut these out for the speakers. We'll probably sneak up on it, see how it goes. All right, and we're basically just cutting a nice little hole. It's going to be cleaned up with the edges of everything, but we'll just get the holes cut so we can make some space on both of them, and then we'll put it on the car, see how much further we have to go, and just slowly inch up on it. We're almost there. All right, we have both holes poked out for the most part, so we'll test fit it, find out exactly where we're at center-wise, and then move around from there, and then we should be good. So this shouldn't take too long. And we finally got all the holes drilled, so now we can finally put these on the door, make sure it fits, and should be good to go. So we got everything set up. Just gonna put it right over the top. We're gonna cover the edges with some door guard, so that way it doesn't look all chopped up and whatnot, but everything lines up, looks good. Let's put it on the car. We need to get the top pieces that are still up there attached, and then we should be good. All right, recently I drove Chanel, had some issues, just heard some noise clutch-wise till I pumped it, and everything seemed like it got a lot better. So we're gonna replace our clutch sleeve cylinder just so we don't have any issues and don't have to worry about anything. Need to zip tie that wiring, I see, but otherwise, we should be good to just get right there. See it right where it's at here. There we go. And just get those two 12mm bolts out. Should be good. Slide it out, and then we can bleed this line, because I'm sure it needs to be bled. All right, man, we just came back from the discount tire, actually, surprisingly. Just to get the tires mounted. I got the proxies, the Toyos in the backyard that I finally took off to get the old tires off, put them on. So they're looking meaty. So let me show you what I'm looking at. Look at the meat on these. So this is 15 by 8. Not sure the offset because I don't remember. But then these are 235/50 15s. And they're chunky. Like chunky in comparison. So let's throw these on so I can move this car out of the way so my wife can park her car again when she gets home. But this is sick. This is going to be legendary. And of course, discount messed up some of the tires. This is outside. This is outside. Hard to see, you probably can't tell. But these, which you can tell also from this, says inside. And same with that one. So now I got to go back to discount tire and do it again. Finally back together again. Fenders are on all the way through. You can turn lock to lock right now. So far, so good. Everything's sounding decent. I got rid of essentially the little fender liner that's right in the front, and then didn't touch this. Just cut a little bit of this portion to make sure that that metal guard behind isn't there. You'll know what I'm talking about if you got an NA. But let's just take her for a quick cruise. See how bad the rubbing is. If it's terrible, we'll come back. If it's not that bad, then we'll drive it for a second just to feel her out. But in the grand scheme of things, this looks way better than what it was before. All right, test fit wise, driving wise, everything's pretty good. Left side, I can turn full lock. This side, I rub a little bit, not on the fender, but more so on the front bumper, I'm pretty sure. I can just kind of gradually hear it. But I'm going to talk to Pat before I do anything, just in case he can just give me a little bit more camber, and then we probably can dial that in and don't have to worry about it at all. So that would be nice to see overall, but yeah, I think you can visibly see it's a little bit shorter or lower on this side, maybe ever so slightly. But for the most part, this is going to be it. It works. Super happy about that. So now we can finally get this thing ready for the alignment and be good to go with that. All right, finally back home. Everything checks out. We're good to go. We're no longer rubbing on side to side. It's good. Chanel's looking good. The back tire, ignore that for now, just because the coilover itself is causing some some issues, but it's still not rubbing, which is kind of crazy to me. Just how? So anyways, that's all looking good. We're looking good from both sides now, officially. So last things we need to do are really just clean up some of the minor things, getting the battery tie down on, all the little stuff, right? The little things. So we'll get the battery tie down on, get that out of the way. We're probably going to take that key thing off. If you guys saw my Instagram story, the key gets locked in the ignition because this has an automatic ignition. Though the car has always been manual. Someone probably replaced it just because the past one failed. But we'll take that out at some point. Nothing major. Just seems like after a good drive, or spirited drive rather, it moves the position of that. So it kind of causes a little bit of an issue, but nothing major. So now we just have to put the other coilovers or suspension that we have on that's sitting underneath there that we've had for a while. We'll swap that over and then we should be good. May not be as low, but that's okay. It'll still be super functional from that standpoint and we'll be good to go. So as always, man, I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will catch y'all on the next one. We got plenty more to go and soon we're gonna be on track with this car. Very, very soon, promise that. So peace, catch y'all on the next one, man.